Hello, welcome to our navigation channel. So today we are going to study class 7 concise biology, chapter number 6 nervous system. Okay, so we will understand all the topics systematically. Also all the concepts will be cleared. Okay, and now so this nervous system we are going to start. So nervous system, in this chapter we will learn basics of that this system, and there are various systems in our body. So this is one nervous system. Okay, so we are going to study, and you know that nervous system is made up of special cells called nerve cells or neurons. This was studied in this book only, chapter number 1, I think so, last topic, at animal tissue. Okay, the topic was nervous tissue, so in that you studied. Okay, so now you started. Okay, so you know now what it is cell. Okay, what we will study. Okay, so in syllabus first is main parts, such as, so what are the main parts of nervous system? So brain, spinal cord, and nerves. Now brain. So in brain, which parts we will study? Cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata, and location and function. Spinal cord, location and function. Nerves, what are nerves? Their general functions. So this all we will study, and whatever doubt you have in this topic, you can ask to me in the doubts so I can reply you. Okay, so let's start with our main chapter. Okay, so now coordination. Okay, what is meaning of coordination over here? So all living, see, we should always try to means relate things, really we will understand. Okay, we study coordination. So what purpose of coordination is there in nervous system, so we will study it. Okay, all living beings are dependent on a number of processes going in their body, like digestion, respiration. Okay, you know now the digestion, respiration, movement. These all are some processes which are going in your body. These processes do not function independently. Okay, they could not function independently. They are, means what we say, they are interrelated to fulfill the general needs of the body. So the interaction of these activities of a living beings as per the needs of the body, internally or externally, is called coordination. Okay, so the interaction of these activities, interaction. Okay, you know what is the meaning of interaction. So interaction of the activities, because if you will write these, then you have to give the examples of all these activities. So don't write. If you want to give example, then you write these, and in 1 marks or question you can write that the interaction of these activities of a living being, of sorry interaction of the activities of a living being as per the need of the body, internally, whatever the internally, or it can be externally, is called coordination. That interaction is called coordination. Which interaction? The interaction of the activities uh, of a living being, the interaction of the activities of living being, um, as per the needs of the body, internally or externally, is called coordination. So this coordination is clear according to me. So now if any doubt is there, so you can ask. There are two types of coordination. nervous coordination and chemical coordination. Okay, now what is nervous coordination? This coordination is brought about by nervous system, which is made up of brain, spinal cord, nerves, and the sense organs. Some examples of this category are given below. When you feel okay, so now there are two types of so this interaction, this that interaction which is known as coordination. So you can't write just interaction, you have to write the whole definition. Okay, so that interaction of the activities of a living beings as per the need of the body internally or externally, that coordination. So that coordination are of two types: nervous coordination and the chemical coordination. Now nervous coordination, this coordination is brought about by nervous system. So I told you now there is some meaning of this coordination which is given in this chapter. That's why see this coordination is brought about by nervous system, which is made up of okay. So this coordination is brought up about by nervous system. Which system means this coordination? This nervous coordination is brought about by which system? Nervous system. And nervous system, which is made up of brain, spinal cord, nerves, and the sense organs. So this is made up of brain, spinal cord, nerves, and the sense organ. Nervous system is made up of four things. Over here it is told: brain, spinal cord, nerves, and the sense organs. Some examples of this category are given below. Okay. Now, if one marks question will come, what is nervous coordination? So you have to write that this the nervous coordination is um, brought about by nervous system, which is made up of a brain, spinal cord, nerves, and brain, spinal cord, nerves, and sense organ. And some examples of this category are given below. So of this nervous coordination we will study some examples. Okay, then only you will understand. Now see, when you feel when you feel hungry, you eat food. Okay. The act of eating food involves a number of coordinated activities. Your eyes look at the food placed on the table. Your brain records the information and the action starts. The arms get the message and they are raised, and the hands hold the plate in which the food is kept. The fingers pick up the food and push it into the mouth. The food goes down through the alimentary canal, and after a series of process in the body. Okay, so that okay. So when you feel hungry, when you feel hungry, wait. Yes, when you feel hungry, you eat food. It is simple. Okay, you tell to your mother that I am feeling hungry, please give me food. Okay, so what you do? You eat food because food is the requirement. Okay, now the act of eating food involves a number of coordinated activities. So many activities are interactive, means there are many coordinated activities. Okay, means the act of eating involves a number of coordinated activities. Now, first is that your eyes look on the table, then only you will see and eat. No, so your eyes look on the table, on the look on the food placed, look at the food placed on the stable. So your eyes is playing one role. Okay, now second is that your brain see everything brain is only doing, means brain is only sending the information. So brain, whatever you think, it means the brain is only thinking like that. Okay, that's why understanding. So now everything is means connected with that system. So what happens that your brain records this information, that okay, this information, and the action starts that you are feeling hungry. So now the arms get the message from the brain. So and they get raised. Okay, our human body is just like a machine, we can say. Okay, so our arms are raised, and the hands hold the plate in which the food is kept. So our arms is raised, and uh, and and the hands hold the plate, and the hands hold the plate in which the food is kept. And okay, now the fingers, you have the fingers in your hand. So what happens that the fingers um, pick up the food, fingers pick up the food and push it into your mouth. Okay, so they are means, so fingers pick up the food and they are pushed in, and then they are pushed into the mouth and push into the mouth. Okay, so now the food goes down through the alimentary canal. You know what is alimentary canal? So from where does the food goes down? Alimentary canal. And after a series of processes in the what is in the, okay, so after a series of process in the body, the okay, re- the food reaches the uh, bloodstream. Wait, let me zoom it. Okay, so after a series of process, the food reaches a bloodstream to fulfill the requirement that had arisen when you felt hungry. So when you felt hungry, so food reaches the bloodstream to fulfill that requirement. Okay, that had arisen when you felt hungry. Okay, so over here it is clear that how many means activities were, number of coordinated activities were involved. Your eyes played a role, your arms played their role. Now food went into the, means they goes on through the alimentary canal, and then they reaches to the bloodstream after series of process, and then you full then the requirement is fulfilled. Okay, so now what that had arisen when you felt hungry. Okay, so now according to me, first example should be clear. Don't go in deep. If you will go in deep, very deep, then you will get confused. Just read and understand whatever it is given in your textbook. Don't go deep inside. Okay, now playing a fast game like tennis requires a lot of coordination by muscles, judgment by the brain, and observation by the eyes. So playing a fast game, when you play a fast game like tennis, so the brain is means at that time the brain requires, sorry, this game requires a lot of coordination by the muscles. Okay, and now judgment by the brain. So okay, judgment by the brain. And third is observation by the eyes. If you did not observe correctly, a little mistake you made, then you can lose your score in the game. So it is mean this is a fast game. So playing a fast game, over there picture is given. Wait just a second. See, this is the picture. So when we play a fast game like tennis, requires a lot of coordination by the muscles, judgment by the brain, and the observation by the eye. So can you see the how means this many coordinated activities are there, and okay, interaction means the interaction only make these things possible. Okay, if there will be no interaction, so it is not possible. Now, pain in a sprained ankle signals not to move the affected part, otherwise it may not recover fast. So pain in sprained ankle. Sorry, by mistake, I spelled earlier wrong. Okay, so I'm repeating pain in a sprained an- ankle signals. What does it signals? Not to move the affected part, otherwise it may not recover fast. Okay, so whenever you get some injuries, so you felt pain. Okay, and that pain is due to that you got injured, means you got injured. And second is that it also means uh, gives you that what we say signal. It also gives signals not to move that part. If you That's why doctor also always says that in whichever part you got injury, don't move that part, and that's why he bandage that part. Okay, whatever material he uses. Okay, so like this it happens. So it gives signals uh, not to move that part. If you will move, then what happened, that part will not recover, means okay, recover fast. So it should be clear. Now let's go to next coordination, which is chemical coordination. This coordination is brought up by chemical messengers called Hor- hormones. HORMONES. Many children write like this HAR. No, this is wrong. This is har. See, we spell sometimes like that, but over here spelling is hormones. Okay, so you have to keep this in mind, otherwise you can lose your mark. So this coordination is brought up by chemical um, chemical coordination is brought up by chemical messengers, uh, brought about by chemical messengers called hormones. An example of this category is given below. In an emergency situation, if you are suddenly attacked by a bull in the street, you try to run away from it. In such a situation, certain chemicals are released into the blood to provide you extra energy. Okay, so see, you know now that see chemical coordination. It is brought up by chemical messengers. Okay, and that messengers are called hormones. Some Sorry, my spelling was wrong. Hormones. Okay, sometimes we say no, that this at this age of hormones are changing. Okay, so like that. Now these chemical messengers which are called hormones, from that this coordination is brought. Okay, now for examples, you can take an example. In an emergency situation, if you are attacked, suddenly attacked by a bull in the street, you try to run away from it. So, in such a situation, certain chemicals are released into the blood. So, how it is happening? Okay, so because of this only chemical coordination. So, because of this hormones, these things are happening. Okay, see, if suppose um even we can take the example of dog. Before you, the dog is there. Now he is running behind you. Now you are scared, and now you are also running. So now if your body will not give you extra energy to, means, if the body will not give you energy to run, so what happens? You will stand over there, and the dog will come and he will bite you. So you will run. Okay, how you will run? Because some chemicals are released in your body which gives extra energy to you, okay, and strength to run. Okay, so this all is happened due to chemical coordination. And how chemical coordination is done, is uh, how it is brought by chemical messengers called hormones. So this should be cleared over here. Now let's move to the okay. Now only one example is given. Okay, so now if long answer will come, so you also write examples in that. Same in nervous coordination. Also you give one or two example, whatever you want to give. Now okay. Now we will study next topic, which is structural and functional unit of nervous system, the neuron. The nervous system is made up of special cells called nerve cells or neurons. This nervous system is made up of special cells called nerve cells or neurons. A neuron is made up of two main parts. See, neuron is a cell, and this cell is made up of a cell body called cyton, which gives a which gives out a number of fine processes, dendrites, a long process called axon. Second part is a long process called axon, and first is a main body cell called cyton, which gives out um, fine processes called dendrites. So now neuron is made up of two parts. Let's revise. One is cyton, which is the main cell body, and it gives out a number of processes, uh, dendrites. A second is a long process called axon. So this should be clear what neuron is made up of. So this is also clear. First point, that the nervous system is made up of special type of um, is made up of over type is not written, so you also don't write type. It is made up of special cells called, or the exact definition you have to write is cells called nerve cells or neurons. Both are same. Now first point is clear and second point also is cleared. Now let's study the third point, which is the cell body contains a nucleus. The dendrites are cytoplasmic extensions of the cell body. They receive messages from the organs and transmit them to the cell body into the axon, which transmits the message. The end of the axon terminates in a number of branches called terminal branches. Can you see this, this? So they are called terminal branches. See, this is not. Wait, I will again show you. See this wire, like you can't see. See this four are given over here. Means it is shown four. 4 are shown. So now we will understand this also. So all the means paragraph we will understand nicely. So the cell body contains a nucleus. See, we will understand all the concepts with this diagram. Below diagram is given. Okay. See, this whole is a nerve cell. This all thing is just a single nerve cell. Okay, and there are many cells which make this nervous system. Okay, now can you see this? This is called nucleus. Okay, and this this thing, and now um, the dendrites are cytoplasmic extensions of the cell body. So these are some cytoplasmic extensions of this cell body. Okay, this whole is the cell body. Now, what are dendrites? Dendrites are the cytoplasmic extensions of the cell body. And now, what is the function of these dendrites? They receive the messages from the organs and transmit them through the cell body into the axon. So, they receive the messages from the organs and they transmit them through ag- through the cell body into the axon, means they are receiving the messages and they're transmitting it through the this axon. Okay, like that. Now, so this is their function. Mark the function of dendrites from here to here. They receive the messages from the organs uh, through the cell and transmit them to the cell body into the axon. um, and which transmit the messages. Okay, now, and what are dendrites? This was a function of dendrites. Now, what are dendrites? See, um a neuron is made up of a from a long process called axon. I don't know, it's according to your teacher. Whatever your teacher will give, that only you mark. Okay, this I am marking with myself. Okay, so don't write in the comment that I gave you this answer and you wrote this in your exam and your marks are counted. I can't do anything. Okay, I'm just telling you. I'm just earlier when I'm preparing you, but you go with your teacher. Okay, and according to me this should be the definition. uh, See, this is of dendrites. Okay, and this is of axon. By mistake I confused. This is of axon, a long process called axon. Okay, which is according to the teacher will give you. I can't do anything. And over here dendrites definition is also given. Okay, in this second paragraph only you find with yourself or you ask with your own teacher which is teaching you in school. Don't go through me. Okay, now the end of the axon terminates in a number of branches called terminal branches. Okay, so now you understood what is the function of dendrites. Okay, they receive the messages from the organs and they transmit them through the cell body into the axon, which transmit the message, and the end of the axon terminates in a number of branches. This end, can you see this end of the axon terminates in a number of branches uh, called, and those branches are called terminal branches. What are terminal branches? The end of the axon terminates in a number of branches called the terminal branches. So this is the direction of impulse which is shown, and this is internode node of Ranvi. So you study, you make this diagram, draw any doubt you have in the diagram. I will reply you in the comment. Always ask me. Okay, this whole, always remember, this whole one is called nerve cell. Some people get confused and they say that only this is nerve cell. No, this all is a nerve cell. Below it is written figure 6.2, a nerve cell. Okay, so now see, I'm teaching you this all topic, what we say, nicely. So that's why I'm taking little much of time. Now third paragraph, no, fourth paragraph. um, the individual neurons make contact through these processes. So the indi okay, now the terminal branches of the axon of one neuron lie very close to the dendrites of another neuron. Okay, so axon of one neuron lie very close to, what? Lie very close to dendrites of another neuron. Okay, so this should be cleared. Now see, the terminal branches of of axon, sorry, wait, it is not like this. The terminal branches of axon of one neuron, always remember, the terminal branches of of the axon of one neuron lie very close to the, what we say, to the um, dendrites of another neuron. Again, I am repeating the, um, listen carefully, okay? The terminal branches of the axon of one neuron lie very close to the dendrites of another neuron, and this point of contact between them is called synapse. So that point of contact is between them is called synapse. It is a synapse that the message is it is at the synapse, the synapse, whatever it, my I pronounce like this, it's according to you. So it is at the synapse that the message is transmitted from the axon of one neuron to the dendrites of the next n- neuron. Okay, so the synapse that the messages is transferred from the axon of one neuron to the dendrites of the next neuron. Messages are relayed in this manner from one neuron to the next. So messages are relayed in this manner from one neuron to the next. So if the manner will come, write the manner in which the message is means it is relayed from, how the messages. Okay, so now, so you can make, so that answer you have to write this only. Okay, it is at the synapse till the next. Okay, now so you can make many questions. Okay, now types of neuron we will study: sensory neurons, motor neurons, association neurons, and then we have to study next very important topic, which is nerve. Okay, so till there only we will study. Okay, so types of neurons. So there are three types of neurons: sensory neurons, motor neurons, and association neurons. Again, sensory neuron, motor neurons, and association neurons. Sensory neurons. Sensory neurons carry impulses from the sensory cells or sense organ to the spinal cord or the brain. So some neurons, means sensory neurons, carry impulses from the sense organs or the sensory cells to the spinal cord or brain. Okay. Now motor neurons carry messages from the brain or spinal cord to the reflector, which can be gland or muscles. So sometimes, okay, wait, not sometimes, some neurons like motor neurons carry messages, that is motor neuron which carry message uh, from brain or spinal cord to the effector, which can be the gland or the muscles. Now, third is association neurons. Association neurons lie in the spinal cord and transmit impulses from one neuron to another. So, association neuron lie where they lie in the spinal cord and they transmit impulses from one neuron to the another, and we can do by heart it by writing it in your rough book. Okay. Now, nerve. A nerve is formed of a bundle of axons, which is nerve fibers enclosed in a tubular medullary sheath. Okay, so how a nerve is formed? A nerve is formed of a bundle of axons, enclosed bundle of axons enclosed in a tubular medullary sheet. This sheet over the axon acts like an insulation. So this sheet over an this sheet over the axon acts acts like an insulation and prevents mixing of impulses in the adjacent fibers. There are three kinds of nerves that described below: sensory nerve, motor nerve, uh, mixed nerve. Sensory nerve contains only sensory neurons, example optic nerve of the eyes. Okay, what is the example? Optic nerve of the eye. And sensory nerve contains only sensory neurons. Motor nerve contains only motor neurons. Nerve example nerves of the muscles of eyeball. Okay, the examples: nerves of the muscles of eyeball. Third, mixed nerve is the one which carries both sensory and motor neurons. For example, the nerve which goes to the tongue. Okay, the for example the nerve which goes to the tongue. So there are three types of nerve: sensory nerve, motor nerve, and mixed nerve. Sensory nerve contains only sensory neurons. For example, optic nerve of the eye, optic nerve of the eye. Motor nerve only contains motor neurons. For example, muscles of the eyeball, nerves of the muscles of eye of the eyeball. And third is mixed nerve. It is the one which carries both sensory and motor nerve. The nerve which goes to the tongue. And now, next topic we will start in the next class. And by heart till here, till where I taught. And again, I am repeating what question answers I am marking. See, if if the explanation will be over, then I will give you the question answers. But don't say that I taught you this and you wrote in your exam this answer. Okay, if your marks are deducted in this case, then I am not responsible. I earlier told you write your answer which your teacher is given you, your school teacher I'm saying. Okay, and now um so I'm trying to make new channel which is Arav uh, Arav and Advik means okay. So because this channel in which Arav and Advik sing, um, we are trying to means separate it and to make another channel for study purposes. Okay, so now I'm trying that. Okay, so that will be our new channel. Okay, always subscribe, like my video if you got understood, uh, and and also subscribe. Okay, for more videos. Any doubt you have, please comment. I will solve it by researching, or okay, by understanding your doubt. I will reply you. Okay, so bye, have a nice day.